Hello, welcome back to the COVID-19 inspired video lectures for Honors Precalculus. Today, in the fifth installment, we look at Chapter 10.2, Statistics Graphical. I plan for this to be part one of a two-part video lecture on this topic. Dr. Anthony Fauci has been a calm voice of reason and sensible advice during the ongoing pandemic. It's noteworthy that he is a graduate of Regis High School and Holy Cross, both Jesuit educational institutions. He uses mathematical modeling to predict infection and death rates. These are very current examples of interpreting data using statistical methods. The aim of statistics is to draw meaning from data and communicate it to others. Some terminology will be helpful. The objects described by a set of data are called individuals. These may be people, animals, or things. Any characteristic of the individuals which we measure or identify is called a variable. Characteristics, in other words, variables, are either categorical or quantitative. Categorical variables have values that are distinct members of a list, such as male or female, or animal, mineral, or vegetable. Quantitative variables, on the other hand, are measured in some type of units and are numeric. Here is an example. In the charge, state, sex, and cause are examples of categorical variables. Age would be quantitative. To get an understanding of causes of death in the United States, instead of looking at a massive chart, including probably 2 million deaths or so each year, we can summarize the categorical variable causes of death with statistics, showing the count and percentage of individuals in each category. We can make this information more visually appealing and often easier to comprehend by representing it graphically. We can do this with a bar chart or a pie chart. As a side note, there is some overlap between categorical and quantitative characteristics. For instance, critics give a movie a rating of 1 to 5 stars, which although 1 through 5 is numerical, the number of stars suggests 5 different categories. Yet when we calculate and publish the average rating of a film by a large group of critics, that's more of a quantitative variable. Once we have our data in tabular form, if we track two different categorical variables, we can see if there's any type of association between them, or alternatively, see if they're independent. This chart represents responses to a survey by men and women in college about which sports they preferred to watch live. In its current format, it's difficult to see what trends there are between men and women. But if we look at percentages instead, we can definitely see that men, a larger percentage of men, prefer to attend both baseball and football games, whereas a larger percentage of women prefer to attend basketball games. This shows that there is an association between sports preference and gender. If the distributions were more or less equal between the two genders, we would say that the categorical variables are independent. Here, they're clearly associated. That's a pretty good stopping point for part one of our Introduction to 10.2 Statistics Graphical. Stay well.